Hello again. Continuing our series on the sales at Harbor Freight during the spring Black Friday sale. Next up, we're going to go over the 40% off deal they have on all their gloves, the Hardy brand. So without further ado, you can look at the grid. I've just got your normal price, 40% off, and then the sale price. So first off is these yellow dipped gloves. They're just latex dipped. I use these on a lot of stuff, and if you get them dirty, you don't mind throwing them out because they didn't cost you a whole lot, but they're really good gloves, very handy. Normally $1.99, sale price $1.19, as is the Hardy nitrile dipped. So you can get latex or nitrile dipped. They're also going to come in at $1.19. Next up's the Hardy High Vis polyurethane coated work gloves. Normally these are $2.49. You can pick them up during the sale for $1.49, save a full dollar. Here's the Hardy latex cleaning gloves. So they cover the wrist. Normally $2.99. This is 2 pair. $2.99. They're down to $1.79. Here's the Hardy nitrile dipped gardening gloves. This is a 3-pair pack. Normally $3.99. $2.39 is the current price with the sale. Here's Hardy nitrile dipped water resistant gloves. Normally $3.99 down to $2.39. You need some fingerless work gloves. Some of us do. Good looking gloves. Normally $4.97. Pick them up for $2.98 during the sale. Here's 6 pair of the Hardy string neck gloves. Normally $4.99 during the sale, $2.99. Here's jersey gloves, 5 pair. It's your brown jersey. Maybe black, but I think they're brown. Normally $4.99. They're also down to $2.99. Here's a pair of Hardy goatskin split leather gloves. Normally $4.99 down to $2.99. Here's Hardy's general purpose synthetic leather utility gloves. This is for 2 pair. Normally $5.97 down to $3.58. As is the Hardy A5 cut resistant work gloves. This is just a pair. $5.99 down to $3.59. Hardy's pigskin leather work gloves. Normally $5.99 down to $3.59. Hardy's performance work gloves. So these are a little handier, give you a little more dexterity. Normally $6.49, knocking them down to $3.89 with your 40% off discount. Here's Hardy's high visibility performance work gloves. So they'll just give you the same glove, but in the high vis. $6.49 down to $3.89. Next up's the Hardy camouflage performance work gloves. Normally $6.49 down to $3.89. How about some Hardy full grain cowhide leather work gloves? It's a good looking pair of gloves. Normally $6.99 during the sale. You can pick you up a few pairs of those at $4.19 a pair. Hardy PVC coated non-slip cotton line gloves. So these are nice work gloves and they're cotton lined so you don't get all the cold or whatever on your hands. Normally $6.99 down to $4.19. Here's Hardy padded mechanics gloves. Stop some of those busted knuckles. Normally they're $6.99. They're down to $4.19. Here's Hardy's vinyl gloves. This is a 100 pack. Just your vinyl slip-on gloves. So 100 pack, so 50 pairs. Down to $4.79. Here's Hardy's cowhide ball and tape adjustable wrist gloves. So you can tighten them around the wrist. Normally $7.99 down to $4.79. Here's Hardy's PVC coated safety orange gloves. They're normally $7.99, also down to $4.79. Hardy's insulated knit work gloves. $7.99 down to $4.79. Hardy's long cuff rubber coated blasting gloves. So you got the extra long cuff. $7.99 down to $4.79 a pair. Here's Hardy's PVC long cut oil resistant gloves. Guess you got to reach down beside a fuel tank or something on a semi, or I don't know what all. Just try to think of what you might use them for. Normally $8.99 down to $5.39. Here's Hardy's 18-inch split leather sleeves, if you need some sleeves to wear while you're welding or something. Normally $8.99 down to $5.39. Might be a good time to pick you up a couple pair. Here's 5 pair of Hardy split leather work gloves with a cotton back. I used to call those engineer's gloves. $9.99, 5 pairs for $5.99. That's a pretty good deal. Here's Hardy's goatskin leather gloves with a mesh back. So let a little bit of air come in. Normally $9.99 down to $5.99. As is Hardy's goatskin leather riding work gloves. So a little more dexterity in these. Also $5.99. Hardy's professional mechanics glove. So a really nice mechanic glove. They're normally $9.99, so you can pick them up for $5.99 a pair. If you use those, you might want to stock up. Here's Hardy's 5 mil nitrile powder-free gloves, 100 packs, so 50 pairs. They're the light blue gloves. Normally $11.99, they're down to $7.19 a box. Here's 5 mil nitrile gloves, green, if you like the color green better. They're also powder-free. Normally $11.99, down to $7.19. And those should come in multiple sizes. I don't think it says on here, but I'm pretty sure they'll come in multiple sizes. Here's Hardy's camo high performance work gloves. They're normally $12.99. You can pick them up for $7.79 during the sale. Hardy's water resistant cowhide work gloves. They're normally $13.99. You can pick them up for $8.39. Also, the Hardy Ultra Durable Mechanics gloves. They're also going to be down to $8.39. Another one for $8.39 is the Hardy 7 mil powder-free gloves. This is a 50 pack or 25 pair. So it's a little bit thicker. Down to $8.39. Another $8.39 is the Hardy 7 mil textured grip nitrile powder-free gloves, 25 pair. Down to $8.39. Here's Hardy's 7 mil nitrile powder-free gloves, 50 pack, $8.39. Hardy's high dexterity impact resistant gloves. Normally $14.99 down to $8.99. Here's Hardy's chainsaw protection work gloves. Didn't know they had one designated for that, but I might get me a pair for me when I'm using my chainsaw. Normally $14.99. You can pick them up for $8.99. Here's Hardy insulated water resistant work gloves. Normally $14.99. They're also $8.99. Here's premium deerskin leather work gloves. Always a good choice. They fit real nice. Normally $15.99 down to $9.59 a pair. And here's some thick nitrile, 9 mil nitrile powder-free gloves, 50 pack, 25 pair. It's the black nitrile. A lot of the mechanics love to use these. $16.99 down to $10.19. And I believe that's all the gloves. So there is quite a few choices, and at 40% off, no matter what your glove needs, you just will stock them up, because I really don't think they're going to be much cheaper, at least this year, at least till the next Black Friday. So I hope you got something out of this, and the grid helped somewhat, just give you a little bit of instant picture of the savings. And if you enjoyed this video, I invite you to join others. I have several out there, some of them on do-it-yourself topics, some of them on Harbor Freight sales, and some on other stores sales. So, love to have you. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, and until the next video, y'all take care.